Today, I'm going to be talking to you about Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 228. So we start off Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 228 right where we left off. And we see that someone is saying that a small barrier would logically enhance the stability of that barrier, but it looks smaller than a basketball. Kusakabe says that it's impossible in disbelief, but Meme comments how many times that we've had that impossible moment happen this fight. Kusakabe argues that usually trapping yourself and your opponent inside of a barrier with mass less than you would make the barrier collapse, but Choso says that Gojo pulling off this feat by using his experience from being trapped inside the prison realm. It's really interesting here to see that Gojo is able to pull out something that he learned inside the prison realm. I think that's really cool. Kusakabe speaks again saying how can they change the domain conditions inside of barriers because there's a lot of mixed conditions. Higuruma and Hikari ask really, to which Kusakabe answers that their domains are exceptional because their domains are built within their curse techniques, which is really interesting. Meme theorizes that maybe Gojo wanted to try and cover Malevolent Shrine's whole range. Just then, Gojo's domain barrier starts to tremble heavily, with Yuta realizing that even Sukuna must have adjusted the shrine's range to be much smaller so that he can enhance the output. Angel then says that if the barrier is destroyed, then Gojo is finished. We then see Gojo's domain barrier break once again, which means that he has lost 3 domain fights against Sukuna at this point, which is really interesting. We see Yuji get nervous watching this scene unfold, but then Sukuna's shrine starts to fall apart piece by piece, which is really interesting. And we then cut to Sukuna and see that he is injured as his domain collapses due to his battle against Gojo. I think this is the first time that we've really seen Sukuna be on the back foot in this fight, and I'm really happy to see that Gojo is able to pull something out like this and able to damage him like this. And of course, Hikari and all of the other sorcerers are absolutely hyped. It's then revealed to us that just as Sukuna destroyed Gojo's barrier from the outside, Gojo also gave enough damage so that Sukuna could not maintain his domain. Higuruma says that since both Sukuna and Gojo's domain collapse, both of them are now unable to use their curse techniques, with Maki adding that Gojo can heal his burnt out curse technique like he did last time, but Angel says that since Gojo showed that in front of Sukuna, now Sukuna can do it as well. We then see it explained that because Kenjaku helped Sukuna split his soul into 20 cursed objects, Sukuna has already learned to do it himself, like how Sukuna transferred himself to Megumi, and just like that, Sukuna can also recover his burnt out curse technique with reverse curse technique because Gojo showed it. From here, we see Gojo and Sukuna resume their battle again. Gojo kicks Sukuna and then starts to wonder why Sukuna is not trying to use curse technique other than the shrine. Until his domain was destroyed, Gojo had led against Sukuna for almost 3 minutes, so he wonders why Sukuna is taking such risky options. As Gojo is trying to understand why Sukuna didn't use this 10 Shadows curse technique or Maharaga inside the domain, Gojo knows that Sukuna has memory of him and Megumi talking about Maharaga, and just as he is wondering this, Maharaga's wheel clicks a turn and Gojo feels dizzy and gets a nosebleed, and that is where the chapter leaves off. It should be noted that there will be no break next week, but this was an absolutely phenomenal chapter. I'm so happy that Sukuna is finally going to pull out some of his 10 Shadows curse technique that he has because of Megumi. So there you guys have it. There is chapter 228. Very excited for this. Chapter 229 theory video will be coming out within the next couple of days, along with a season 2 episode 1 watch along video, which is going to be very, very fun for me to do. So there you guys have it. Love you all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.